I would like to share with you something of real importance to us who live and who've embraced that simple vision of Lord Kitumi, given to all our hearts back in 2006 and then reiterated at the tomb of St. Francis in 2007, that we embrace the little way of St. Francis, a way of interfaith Franciscan spirituality. And I'd like to just share with you a little bit about spiritual wholeness within our monastery without walls. For us, our little way is about embracing the 7 keys of spiritual wholeness. And each of these 7 keys play an important part in nurturing the heart to allow us behold, to hold and enfold and listen to the Spirit of the Father, Mother, God speak to our hearts, what they are asking of us or what they're trying to share with us. And the first key is called Providence. What does this mean? Well, Providence is about realizing that God is a God of abundance. And when we embrace the spirit and essence of Providence, we know within our heart that all our needs will be taken care of. And what is so sad today is, I remember for several years when I was on the circuit running retreats and doing the mind, body, spirit events, I was quite challenged to see queues and queues of people hoping to have a reading done by some clairvoyant or medium. And when I got to the root cause of the hunger in their eyes, it was that they wanted to know their wants. Would they be given their want list? And what I have to accept now is that the spirit of Providence which we embrace as oblates or lay monastics is to embrace a spirit of trust that God will meet all our needs in the fullness of our time and His. And it's not about expecting our wants, because wants don't come into it. So the spirit of Providence is an essential part of the simple way for the Teo community. The second key, equally as important, is simplicity, keeping it simple. And how do we keep it simple? By walking a simple path that's uncomplicated, a path that allows our heart to embrace the oneness of God in a truthful, loving way, by doing the ordinary things such as cleaning, walking the dog, in my case caring for the hens, but do them extraordinarily well. So keep it simple. And the third key is integrity. Because without integrity, we're lost. Because God sees into the heart. And hopefully He sees a heart infused with divine integrity. And the fourth key is faith. And what is faith? Faith is a journey of trust. It's a journey of stepping out of our comfort zone, trusting in God's providence, where there is simplicity of heart. And what we ask for in prayer, believing we receive. But faith is more than that. Faith is about having that gut feeling, that intuitive feeling, that the divine is all around us, that we are not alone, though we may feel alone. And since I surrendered my heart to live the solemn vows of enclosure and providence as a lay monastic back on the 8th of December 2009, I can truthfully say I have never felt lonely, because I know I am surrounded by beings of light. So there is a joy in here. But faith is about having the courage to take a leap into the unknown, knowing that God will provide a safety net and that no harm will come to us. Or as Jesus said to his disciples, particularly to Thomas, called the doubting Thomas, who doubted that the resurrected Christ was present with them, and he said, Thomas, put your finger in my wound where the lance was, and know that I am Jesus. But then he said, blessed are they who believe, who have not seen, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So how blessed are we. And the fifth key is gratitude. How many times I've had people ask me for prayer. They've never signed their name, there's no please or thank you. There's an expectancy of demanding that I will pray for them. And of course I will, but my heart is saddened that they have a lack of graciousness. And when they come to God in prayer, and God hears their prayer, and their prayers are answered, they seem to forget that gratitude is the token or the currency of the angelic realm. So we must never forget gratitude. And the sixth key is the one we talked about already, and it's called surrender. Am I willing to surrender my life to a loving Father, Mother God, who doesn't manipulate my mind, who doesn't have an agenda, who doesn't wish to control me, who doesn't want me to compromise my faith, my beloved spiritual journey with him. He wants me to surrender the negativity, the fear, the low self-esteem, the self-loathing, the unworthiness that I've generated within my heart, that I have nurtured through many years. And boy, have I nurtured all of those, because my former religious family indoctrinated me with so much fear that I was a sinner, that I was evil, and that I had to win God's favour by doing A, B and C, by prayer, penance, fasting, kneeling on stones, inflicting pain. That isn't God, that's ego. So the surrender of your heart is the gateway to experiencing nirvana. And finally, the seventh key of the little way of the Teo community is about service. And service is a key of Franciscan hospitality. We are here as servants of the servants to the servants of God, regardless of whether we like them or not. We are here in service. We have surrendered our heart to embrace the divine within all mankind, even our enemies, even those that rile us and tease us and test us, because they are great teachers in their own right, and they empower our heart to be free of crisis. But in service, we give of our heart through our surrender, where there is gratitude, where there is faith and integrity, where there is love. And all of those key elements come together and outpour an abundance in our service. So let us be still and let us give thanks for a simple way of living, a way of life that is inspired by the elements, by the sun, the moon, the stars, by the beautiful gift that God has given us in creation. How blessed are we, and yet we take it for granted. We seem to lack gratitude in our service, where we give begrudgingly, not lovingly. So today it's important to hear what God is saying, and it's about being selfist, half selfish, half selfless, and protecting what God has given us. May the